Good evening, you two people. How are you all? And yeah, I'm not going to sing anymore. I've got a cold, a bad cold, and I've been trying to sing and I'm bombing out at all costs, and I just don't want to do it anymore. I had a beautiful day. It was absolutely amazing. I met with some new people that are also getting in on the same ride that I'm taking. I'm completely speechless. I can only say that it's happening. All of it's coming about. I'm only waiting on the big one left now at the port. All the rest of them have come in. And it's so close I can almost reach out and touch it. So I'm just so overwhelmed and thankful and grateful and everything. I know there's people out there that have wished me bad for ages. People, some people are maybe watching this and thinking that I'm talking about them, and you don't even have a clue. Because I know who it is. I know who it is. If I've only known you less than 10 years, it probably isn't you. So don't even get any ideas, because I already know who is my nemesis, my person that has been against me for a long time and doing things against me for a long, long time, since I was a child. I already know who you are. You can't surprise me with anything. I already know. So you can try to do it once again to me. You can put all your actions to work, but nothing's going to happen. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing that you can do. And even to the ones that I've only known for 6 to 8 years, whatever, you can't do anything either. But, you get to a certain point that you just don't even care, or you just let the angels take care of those people. And they are. I know they are. It ain't that I don't have any feelings for you, that I just wish you the very worst. I don't. But you get back whatever you reaped. You reap that kind of stuff into this world, like I said, it's going to come back to you, and a lot worse than the way that you're giving it out. So I just wanted you to know, I do know who you are. I know who you are. You could try to disguise yourself or whatever. I know. I already know. You've been planning it for so long. Why it came to me is beyond me. One of my aunts was doing something like that, and the one that I said has Alzheimer's disease. Why does she have it? Because of the way she acted towards me. She used to put it in my mom's face that all of my mom's kids were basically worthless and her kids were not. She used to speak that all the time. And where did it get her? She can't speak at all now. She's totally lost her mind. The same can happen to you. It can. So be careful with what you say about other people. Jealousy goes a long, 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 long distance. And even if you're speaking like that, it actually comes out to be exactly like black magic. Gossip is one of the worst things that you could ever do. And like I said, I know this for a fact because gossip was one of the demons that was attached to me during my whole transformation. Back when I had my deliverance. And it wasn't because I was speaking that way, because I don't speak about people like that, but simply because I was listening to gossip. So if you're just a listener, you have that same attachment. And I shouldn't have listened to it. I should have just walked away. But I didn't. And I learned from that. I've never been a true gossiper. I don't just sit around and talk about random people. It's just not my style. I don't go for that. But some people, they do. And it's the same as, you put out those kind of negative vibes and negative words, they all come back. So if you feel guilty now, wait until the storm actually hits you. You think you're feeling something now, or maybe you think what you reaped, you've already sown back. It's already come back to you. It's not finished. It's not finished. Sorry, but not sorry. It's not finished. It's going to continue to come back onto you. There's certain people, and I'm sure you already know this, if you are listening and you do know what I'm saying, there's certain people that you just cannot say things about and continue to say them. Because some of us are even at different levels than others. And God takes care of all the people that He takes care of. So if I hear, if I tell you everything about me, which I haven't, I've wrote 3 things on my title, but it's nowhere as close to exactly who I am. And I do know who I am. But those are just 3 items that I have within me, okay? But it's not my official title. And I'm sure that some people know that. People have tried to look into me for ages. It's not just this time, for ages. And they know about me just like you do. Okay? And just because you know about me doesn't mean that you can do anything to me. Like I said, if you knew the extent of protection that I have, you would be amazed. All them stories that I told you, I was protected from them. All of them. Falling off the boat with alligators right there. Okay? I mean, just time after time after time. I stepped on a rattlesnake one day. A rattlesnake. And it didn't bite me. It did not bite me. Because I'm protected. You don't understand when I tell you that I am protected. I am protected. 100%. I mean, archangels right at my heels. That's how protective that I am. And I am so grateful for that. I really am grateful for that. But sorry, I'm just protected like that. The only thing that holds me back is me. Me, myself. That's the only thing that's ever held me back. was me. I told you, I used to have a really big problem with procrastination. I used to procrastinate a lot. I picked up that trait from my mother, okay? That trait is passed down from my mother, and I don't know where she got it from, but I got it from her, because my dad used to be a go-getter. Whenever something happened, something would come up, he would do it right then and there. But my mom, she put it off, she put it off, she put it off. And that was the same as me. I got that same trait. But I am getting away from that. I've worked at it for a long time. Sometimes when you have something so big, it's not as easy as just letting it go. You have to work on it. But I've actually gotten away from that, finally, after all this time. But that's the only thing that's ever held me back. The only thing. And, you know, now, with the situation the way it is now, I don't worry about that any longer. But that's the only thing that has ever held me back. I am protected all through my life. And all of the stories that I have told has shown you how protected that I am. Because like I said, I have witnesses on basically everything. Everything, all the stories that I've told you, I have witnesses on those stories. So, they're not made up from the sky or whatever like that. They are real stories. And, you know, so be it. You know? I got arrested one time. Failure to pay child support. Okay, but it was only because I had a pickup truck and it was stuck in the backyard and I couldn't get to the court fast enough or whatever. And they wanted to put me in jail. I had quit a job and went to another job, and that very day that I started working, they took everybody in the office and said, hey, only people with seniority can move to this new place, and everybody else is out in the street. And it was during a time that there wasn't very many jobs. If you remember 2008, it was like August or September of that year. And so I ended up going back to my old job, but it was 5 months later. So the judge wanted to put me in jail, okay? They shackled me, they took me to the back. You know what? I was still protected. There were 2 deputy sheriffs in the back. Both of them were ladies. One lady said, call the van, tell them to come and pick him up. The other one outranked her and said, no, we're not going to do that. His mother's coming to pay money so that he can get out. So he doesn't have to go get processed in the jail. So, guess what? I don't have a record because of that. And, you know, like I said, I'm protected and very grateful for that. So if you have any kind of ulterior motives over me, sorry, not sorry. It's just not going to happen, you know. We can be at a stalemate all you want, because I'm not over here pining on that. It doesn't bother me at all. Not even one single second. It doesn't. Because I am protected. I don't care if it's your karmic guy that you're with. I don't care if it's my family, because I know somebody in my family that is doing that to me. It doesn't matter. I'm protected. And I always will be protected. You can't get at me. You can try again and try again. But I'm protected. So, that's it in a nutshell. I love you all. Love yourself. Love God. And by all means, love each other. People, until next time, love, peace, and soul.